Hello, hello, my name's Nobby. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. Episode 3 of our Path of Exile Beginners playthrough. Playing as a Toxic Rain Pathfinder Ranger. Let's jump into the game. So what I do, I start a playlist with 2 videos. I always like to launch with 2 videos on a playlist. I did the same with the Warcraft one, and I've done the same with this one. At the time of recording this, it's just less than 24 hours since the first 2 episodes went live, and they've already hit double-figure views. So it's fairly obvious that A, Path of Exile is difficult and people struggle to get into it, and B, that it's a really good free-to-play game. People are looking for beginner-friendly tutorials on this game. My play style is we go slow. We take our time. We will full clear most of the zones through the acts 1 to 10. We will get to the end game eventually. Now we are quite time restricted though, because the league is live probably for another 2 months till early December, I reckon. And then we'll all get moved into the standard league, and there'll be new league mechanics and a big league launch, and we all go again with brand new characters at level 1. Now, people that play this game for thousands of hours and know what they're doing will get through acts 1 to 10 in less than 6 hours. They'll be at maps, they'll just be grinding maps. We will probably take 6 hours just to get through act 1. But that's the way we play. So what have we done since we got here? We've talked about gems. We've got active gems and support gems, because we now have Caustic Arrow supported by Momentum. You can see that they light up when they're linked and supporting each other. You can also tell by the little N there, this is being supported by Momentum Support. I have also now rearranged my stash and put all my affinities on and got all that ready to go. You won't have a lot of these tabs if you're new to the game. If you buy 1 tab and you want to spend real money, I would highly recommend the currency tab as your starter. I've put all my affinities on, so now when I control click items from here, they will jump into the right tab. We've still got Burning Arrow, which we no longer need, because we've got the Caustic Arrow, which is what we're going to use now until Toxic Rain. We did also have a look at the passive skill tree. Yes, don't panic. We will explain this as we go along. We're following a build guide. All the links in the video description. But this is the passive skill tree. So we have what are called travel nodes. You then have some notables, and then you've also got some bigger ones, which are keystone. And so the travel nodes, exactly as it says on the tin, you spend a point each time you level up to path your way to specific notables. We'll be heading down for ballistics, we'll be heading across here for aspect of the eagle, we'll be heading down here for life and some stun avoidance chance. We'll be heading up here for more life as well, I believe. This game, do not, if you're tempted to do your own build, do not go glass cannon, because you will get one shot. Don't just stack damage. You will die. Good rule of thumb with this game for life, I believe it's still the same as it was when 3.0 launched. A good rule of thumb is about 350 life per act. So if you're at 3,500 to 4,000 life by 10, you should be able to get past Kitava. So you do not want to just stack attack. You do also want to path towards life nodes. You may want to path towards mana regen nodes. You may want to path to life and mana leech nodes. But we're following a build guide, so we don't need to worry too much about that. We just need to follow our guide. I do have a prompt now saying that my skill gem can be leveled up. In PlayStation, Xbox versions of the game, your gems will auto level up. You don't have to click this little plus button every time. But for PC users, when your gems have gained enough experience to level up, and they do gain XP, you can level your gems up. There is a caveat to this. Certain gems on certain builds you may not want to level past a certain point. Cast when damage taken is a prime example. If you don't want to level a gem, you can right click the plus sign. That will dismiss the notification and stop them popping up again. If you then change your mind and you do want to go and level that gem again, go into your inventory with the eye. You can then do it from here, and then next time it's ready to level up, it will pop up here as a prompt again. Alright, but if you do need to hide it because your build says cast when damage taken at level 3, for example, get it to level 3, right click the plus, you can then stop it from leveling up and stop it from prompting you to level up. What else do we need to do? We've done that. I've got some flasks. We can sell that gem. We've got a couple of scrolls. Our bow is linked. We've not really got a currency to buy anything else yet. It is worth mentioning, if you do need to buy gems, Nessa in Act 1 is your person. On the second tab you can buy the gems. At the minute it will only be what you've unlocked through the quests, and the support gem is momentum, which we've already got. But as I hover over that, you can also see it highlights what supported skills I've got that it can support. So if you're ever curious, momentum support will support the caustic arrow that we've already got. But that's the link we've already got anyway. And you can also search for items down in the bottom bar as well. Because this, as you're leveling through, will fill up. She'll offer a lot more gems. You can buy flasks, rings, amulets, belts from her. And as I think we saw in the last video, Tarkley also has items to buy. Weapons, armours, helms, a couple of swords and axes. So we will sell that little gem. Control and click. We get 1 scroll fragment. Whoopie-doo. But I believe we've also got 4 scroll fragments here. So that converts now, we have 5, to another scroll of wisdom, and we'll take that because we're going to need them early doors. And we are now, if I go to the map, we are now moving up. We've done Hailrake. We are now moving up through this zone, across to the Tidal Island, because we need to get the medicine chest. And this zone is called the coast. So we'll port into the coast. Here we go. We are in the coast. I'm just going to go to the map because I now want to demonstrate. The coast has got the little waypoint squiggle next to the name here. So that means there is a waypoint in this zone. There isn't one in here. Spoiler alert. There isn't one in here either. But there is here. So we want to get to the waypoint, unlock the waypoint. Then we can fast travel between town and the coast, free of charge. There are also things called portal scrolls that you can use. They will always port you back into the Axe town, and you'll get your tabs up here for the Axe as we unlock them. Alright, what have we got here? A grace period. We can't be damaged. Lovely. So our right button has got the caustic arrow. My Q button has just got default attack, and I have got the left button assigned to move only. I've got my mana flask on 4, health flasks on 1 and 2. We've got a little bit of shield. Health of 69, giggity, mana at 53. Alright. So again guys, my playstyle, nice and slow. We're going to take it nice and slow and steady, and we will talk about things as we come across them in game. Alright. It is a big game to get into. I am now, because of the success of the first 2 episodes, I am now going to batch record 3 or 4, and I am going to release an episode every night. Because we are quite time restricted. I do want to get through it, and I think because a lot of the information is going to be front loaded up until maybe Act 3 or 4, you're going to be taking in a lot of information. I'd like to keep the momentum going with the release of these videos. So you're going to get a video every day, every evening UK time, a video will go live. Right, we need to work our way up the coast. And when we get to the waypoint, so you can see Caustic Arrow is now putting a pool of chaos damage on the ground. So any mobs that are running through that or into that are going to start taking a little bit of damage over time. Although it does use mana. But our flasks do refill on kill. Also, just watch for these ones that throw fire. You will just stand there and burn if you're not paying any attention to your health. You will just stand there and burn to death. My mana is gone. Telling us a tutorial to press the tab to get the map up, which we've already been through, but you can put the map here, or you can have it as a mini-map. Momentum support has just leveled up, so we will level that up. By leveling these gems, they will put out more damage, but they do, as a downside, usually cost more mana to cast as well. Okay, we just picked up a superior chest piece, which is auto-equipped. So it's got a quality of 6%. So it's got a little bit of quality above base. Because it's above base, the evasion rating is also in blue. And it's got an evasion of 36. So that's okay, it's an evasion build. It has rolled, actually, a red gem. Now, as I've said before, they tend to have an affinity for their base. That is a strength base, more chance of rolling red. That is intelligence base, more chance of rolling blues. This is evasion base, so this is dex. This has got more chance of rolling greens, but it has rolled a red. Okay, keep working our way through here. We are going to full clear these early zones because, if nothing else, it's decent currency at the start. We may get a chance of a couple of rare drops. We may get an introduction into the League mechanics early doors, although we're not going to go and do it early doors because you will just get your backside handed to you. And I believe my game sound level is okay. I reviewed those first couple of videos and it sounded okay to me. So I think we'll be alright where we are. The graphics in the game, the music in the game, beautiful. They really are. For a free-to-play, you could argue that this is now a AAA game. Ooh, this one will hurt. So there's a bit of a mini-boss here. She portals around, she drops flames on the ground, and they can be a little bit painful. As you can see there, my health took a nosedive there. We will keep trying to keep out of those. There's a good chance with her being a mini-boss that she will actually drop some goodies for us. Oh, we've just leveled up. That was good timing, wasn't it? Because our mana flask was empty. There we go. Fantastic. Alright, what did we get? I am literally, at this stage, picking up everything. So we've got a magic flask. We've got a fist weapon. We've got a sword. We've got a wand. We've got a club. We've got some boots. Alright, we need to level up. We are following the build guide, remember. So our path of building. We are now going up this way. And then we're heading down. So again, we can put the points in, click apply, or if you know where you're going, control click. You don't need that second confirmation. Okay. Anything we could use? Yes, the life flask. Let's identify the life flask. Alright, so it's got extra charges. So 7 of 38 as opposed to 7 of 21. Now the downside is, if you're out of town, when you equip a new health flask, I'll just put it in 3, it starts empty. You've got to kill to fill, and then you can use it. Magic sword we don't need, magic fist we don't need. We've got an evasion based, the same 36, but it has got better slots, so we'll take that just for the sockets in case we need them. We've got armor, we've got energy shield, not really make a difference at this stage. Alright, let's move our way up. Now the beauty of these zones is that the size of them. You're probably playing 20 minutes to half an hour to clear a zone, going at my pace. So they're not too bad size-wise. Also, worth mentioning, this is your bag space. Cannot be made any bigger. And you'll notice everything is a different size. Currency are 1, gems are 1, flasks are 2, boots are 4 in a square, chests are 6 in a 2x3, so you do end up playing a bit of inventory Tetris to make things fit. Priority is to try and get some rares early doors, some yellow pieces, identify them, get them equipped, because they will give us massive boosts over what we have as default. So we'll work our way through here. Just keep clearing the map. You'll see the damage over time is quite good from this caustic arrow. We've got a superior club there, a little bit of quality on that one. Doesn't make much difference at this stage, the quality, but it will do with things like flasks and gems later on. And then when we get to crafting our own gear. So there's a magic item there. I can't carry it, so I'm just going to drop one of the whites to pick up the magic. Magic will sell for a little bit more, even if unidentified. More than a base white item would. Orb of Transmutation, so that's a currency. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Looking out here. Orb of Transmutation will upgrade a normal item to a magic item. Lovely. So if you were to upgrade a flask, it would then have... We can actually move that across now because that should be our first flask. You can see a magic flask. That one has rolled 1 affix. Magic can have up to 2. 1 suffix, 1 prefix. These haven't got any because they're just normal base, but we could turn them magic. One of them would get an affix. We could do the same for the bow. We could do the same for the chest. We're not going to at this stage. Don't be afraid to use your currency early doors as well, guys. Purely because, A, it's a good way to learn how the crafting system works, and we will do it as we go through this playthrough. But you will be farming a lot of currency. Alright then, so we'll leave those. We're looking for magics or rares. Or currency items. Another transmutation orb. Can I take that? Nope, even that doesn't fit. Yeah, we are quite... Oh, we could probably fit something. We'll take one of the vests. Let's take that one. There we go. Okay. That's an optional lore item. I'm not going to click it on this playthrough. We are going to be looking at the quest lore, but I'm not going to be taking all the optionals. So these are our exits out of this zone. We can go to the Tidal Island, which is where our objective is to get the medicine chest. We have also got the Mud Flats, which is the next zone, and here's the waypoint. So activate the waypoint. That will bring up the map. From here, if you want to farm a zone, as long as you've opened it through the waypoint, control and click on the node, and you can create a new instance. Instances stay live for 8 to 15 minutes, but if you were farming a zone, and people do target farm certain zones in this game, you could literally create this as a new instance. It would delete all the map for you, the mobs would all respawn, all your loot would respawn, and you've got another go of just farming the zone. So control and click, you can do that. The other way to do it, if we go back to town, the entrance door that was up here, you can also control and click this too. It's exactly the same. We can enter the one we've just been in, which will close just short of 15 minutes, or we can enter a new one. Alright, that's if you're farming. It's a good way to target farm zones. What we want to do, sell all of this without identifying it. You always want to identify your yellows before you sell them. Blues, not so much. It's not worth, at this early stage, it's not worth burning through your scroll of wisdoms just to try and identify these that A, we're not going to use and we're just going to sell. It is with yellows, but not with these. So we'll get rid of all those. We have got 6 transmutation shards, a couple more scrolls of wisdom. Drop the shards, drop the orbs in there. We don't want to upgrade anything at the moment. Ah, this is the other one, isn't it? The Orb of Augmentation. I will use this. So our flask can have 2 affixes. Orb of Augmentation will give a magic item a new random modifier. So it will keep the one it's got, but it will also give it a second one. There you go. So we will be immune to chill and freeze for 7 seconds if it's used while we're chilled or frozen. So if we ever get stun locked with a freeze and we pop this life flask now, we will free ourselves from that effect. So flasks can always have 2. That second and third line count as 1. Chill and freeze grouped under the same. So that prefix is the one, and then the maximum charges is your suffix to the other one. Alright. Okay. There we go. But that wasn't a bad episode, really, was it? We got through that zone. We are back in town. We can now just waypoint from here. I do not want to trade, thank you. And we can go straight to the coast. And we can then... This map is still the same, so we've not reset that. And we'll go to the Tidal Isle. Okay, again, full clear. There is a mini-boss in here to kill to get this medicine chest that we're after. So we'll hug the wall all the way around. And then we'll just clear out the middle. There we go. More optional dialogue here. Always click on barrels, chests, corpses. Anything that's highlighted, basically click on it. I'm just going to leave that club there a second. If you ever find out your items have disappeared, you may have inadvertently pressed Z. If you just press Z, it'll bring them back up again. Okay, club. Damage at the time from this caustic arrow seems to be doing quite nicely. I am a fan. A blue sword, we'll take that. Another corpse here. Superior boots. Now they are dex-based boots. And because they're superior, I'm probably going to change them because that will give us evasion. That 39 over 36. 2 linked greens, we may as well swap it. It won't make that big of a difference. Okay. And we did also get another life flag. You noticed, life flask, I should say. There's a portal scroll, fantastic. You notice that's auto-equipped there, although we'll probably never use that one. And we've leveled up again. Very nice indeed. So we are still working up here. So control and click. Thank you very much. So you get 1 passive point every level. Max level is 100. Getting to 100 can be... Here will be the mini-boss. There he is. Getting to 100 can be a challenge because I believe it's the same experience getting from level 1 to 98 as it is to get those final 2 levels. So getting to level 100 is a grind. This guy's got the freeze, but if he does freeze us, we can use our magic flask that we've got. And we can free ourselves from the stun effect. There we go. Okay, so we've actually had a quiver drop, so we will want to identify that because that is something we can use. We want to take the chest, we will take the scroll, we will take the magic mana flask, we will take the arrow quiver as priority. And that will give us cold resistance. Okay, that's handy. We've got 4 resistances in this game. If you go to character, go to defense, we've got fire, cold, lightning, and chaos resistance. Chaos resistance you don't need to pay too much attention to. But fire, cold and lightning resistance, you want to cap at level 75 as quick as you can, because in the end of Act 5 and at the end of Act 10 you take a minus 30% hit. You can overcap them, but they just stay at 75. Be mindful, end of Act 5, end of Act 10 you take a 30% hit. So you want these to be capped and overcapped pretty much as soon as you can. Most of your gear, you will be looking for life, and you'll be looking for resistances. Alright, so we can equip the quiver. The quiver doesn't have any sockets. Because you're an archer, the bow is what will be 6 sockets. Portal scrolls can be used quickly to return to town. Yeah. So we could literally use a portal scroll now, go back to town, hand that in, move on to the next zone. But we're not doing that because we want a full clear. We'll take a few of these. Just close that and then the auto go in there. You reckon you're too big because I can't stack things very well, can I? There's a couple of bows here. I'm going to take one of these. That is 5 to 13. That is 6 to 16. So, strangely enough, that's an upgrade. Although we can't use it yet. We need to be level 5. We also want to identify the flask. I will put that flask there. Don't forget, it goes in empty. We need to wait for it to refill. And then I'll swap that with that one. So that one is always used first, and it'll be the magic one. What do we want to do here? We can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. I will take that short bow because it's too linked. Because what we can do, I can't equip it yet, but we also have an offhand that we can also put a bow into. And the reason you do that, you could have 2 setups and you can switch them with the X button. Alternatively, you can just put gems in there and they will still level up with you. Okay, can I still take that? No, I don't have room. I definitely don't have room. Alright then. And we need to level up our caustic arrows, level up again. Another transmutation orb. Another shot at a magic item. Another scroll of wisdom. Ooh, 2 scrolls of wisdom. When you get later in the game, a lot of the loot filters at higher level will filter out your scrolls. Early game, you need them so often that every chance you get of dropping them, you're like, oh yay, scrolls. Pick up everything. There's another bow. So we've already got one in our bags. In fact, we could... no, we won't. We'll leave it. I was going to say, we could put that in our offhand for now and swap that with the other bow when we ding level 5. But we're not going to ding level 5 in this zone, and we'll be heading back towards town again soon. Let's fit that in. We'll take that. Ideally now, we're looking for useful magic items that we can equip and use, or a lucky yellow rare item. What are we on? We are on 28 minutes. Slightly overrun on this one, but I did want to get to take the hat. We'll take the scroll. I did want to get back to town and just do a quick sell before we finish this video. We've just got this tiny little bit, which is on the way back. And if you can hear that, that's Atlas, by the way, because it's nearly supper time. Here we go. Back to the coast. Now, has it been the 15 minutes? No, it hasn't. The map is still active, so there'll be no mobs in here, unless we missed any. You can always check, don't forget. / remaining. No monsters remain. Right, waypoint. Back to town. Just go sell what we've got.
I'd almost stop believing in miracles.
Nessa is going to give us a flask. Now, your best option here is to take the Quicksilver Flask for increased movement speed. You may argue that you don't want it just yet because you're taking your time, but you will want it eventually, and these cannot be bought. They only come as quest rewards or drops in-game. You will end up with a few of them, but early doors you may want one. We are going to put that in there. The Mana Flask now I can replace with the blue one as my first one. And we are given as a quest reward a support gem. And our leveling guide here, the video, wants us to do Caustic Arrow with Pierce. And then at level 8-ish, we should be able to get Void Manipulation. So we can now replace Momentum support with Pierce support. There we go. So that has now changed to a P for the Pierce support skill. It's supporting this, they both go up, they're linked. And projectiles from supporter skills pierce 2 additional targets. Okay, so basically we're going to hit one target with Caustic Arrow, and then it's got a chance it's going to go through that target and hit another 2 behind it. So hopefully that will just spread more of the caustic on the ground for us. Sell items. We don't want to sell that, but we do want to sell, and we just control and click, control, click, 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 click. There we go, bit more currency. I will keep Scrolls of Wisdom, Portal Scrolls. We've got a couple of small life flasks now. We are going to talk vendor recipes, but we'll do that in the next episode, folks. So thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate your time watching these videos. If you are enjoying, don't forget to like the video and drop a sub on the channel. We're actually up to 6 subs now, which I can't believe. The channel's only been live like 2 weeks, and I've only got 2 playlists up there, a World of Warcraft and a Path of Exile. So thank you very much, guys. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for you. If you have any questions, by all means drop them in the comments. I will respond. My videos do get recorded in batches, 3 or 4 at a time. So if I don't respond straight away in the next video, assume it's been batch recorded, but I will get to you in subsequent videos, and I'll also respond to you in the actual comment section as well. So thank you for watching, folks. I shall see you again in the next one. Take care.